I'm Mrs. Parent from Beardsley Library, and today we read a great book called Xander's Panda Party. And it's all about this little panda who's trying to figure out who to invite to his great party he is planning. And if you haven't listened to that book, you can go ahead and do that now. I think it would be a great idea then that we make our own Xander Panda. Look at him. So as you can see, we're going to need black construction paper for his little paws, and black for his ears, and black for the backing of his eyes, and black for his little nose. And we have white construction paper that we use for his eyes, but then we colored it in with a black marker. Okay, you're going to need a piece of brown paper for the bamboo, and of course it has bamboo leaves that are green. And a marker. We used a black marker, like I said, for the coloring his eyes, and I used a little pink marker for his mouth. And then you can see where I put black marks on the bamboo to mark the trunk, and that's what bamboo kind of looks like. So let's get started here. Let me angle this down so you can see a little bit better of what I am up to. And if you need help by some adult to help cut out the pieces so that you can glue them together, it's a good time to ask for that help. So here's my 8.5 by 6 piece of paper, and I'm not going to fold it completely. I'm just going to bend it in half. So we're going to cut the top off to make this angle, and then cut the bottom off to make that angle. It's going to be a pretty chubby bear. So let me hold it like this, and then I'll show you. We'll just cut this top off like this, a rounded edge, and then straight across. And then you can flip it, and then go around the edge, and straight across. And let's see what that looks like if we like it. Yep, that's going to work perfectly. That's great. So I think we'll do all the pieces first. So he needs, I'm going to put him up here, so you can see him. He needs 2 arms. So we'll get a piece of black paper. If you fold it in half, you can make the arms just the same. So we will fold these arms in half, or fold this piece of paper in half, and cut it. Cut our 2 arms so you go straight out, go around, and come straight down again. So those can be our 2 arms at the top. So we can hold his bamboo, and then another piece of paper that we have again folded in half so we can make the feet the same size. So we'll go up and around and back straight down again. So that will be our 2 little feet that we're going to glue on here and here. And it's going to look like it's sticking over a little bit on the side, but you'll see what we're going to be doing with that afterwards. So here's his little feet, here's his little arms. So what else did we say we needed? We needed ears. So you can get another piece of paper and fold that in half. We want to make his ears that go up and kind of more straight across and down, but you can make them any way you want. So here we folded our paper, and so now I'm going to cut it up, kind of across, around, and down. So I'm going to make this one angled in a little bit too. So look at these 2 ears that we have. Those are cute. So those ears are going to go on the top, and we'll glue them behind. So let me move our scraps out of the way. So what else do we say that we needed for black? We need the backs of the eyes and his little nose. So again, since we need 2 eyes, we'll take another piece of paper and fold it in half to make the backing of the panda's eyes, and start cutting an oval. That's what that shape is. We've been cutting a lot of ovals, haven't we? So here's our oval. And the eyes kind of go at a little bit of an angle, the back of their eyes, these black patches that they have. So we're going to put those up here. And then the next thing is we've got a circle. We got a little white circle. So what are we going to do? Take a piece of paper, fold it in half, a little piece of scrap of white. And so then we can cut our circle out of that. And if you don't do it exact, it's okay. It's still gonna look really cute. So around we go to make our circle for the middle of the eye. So go right on that patch. This one's a little bit smaller than what I did the last time, but that's all right. So that will be going there. So now what are we missing? His little black nose. And again, that's an oval shape. So let's get another piece of scrap black. We just need one nose this time. We needed two of everything else we were cutting out. So we're making a smaller oval for his nose. And then we're gonna glue everything together pretty soon. So here's our smaller oval for his nose, which will get glued right there. If you have a brown piece of paper, you can just take that to make his bamboo piece. And this is a kind of a big or wide piece of bamboo, so I'm going to cut some of the side off and then cut it a little straighter at the top. So there's my bamboo piece that he's going to hold in his little paws. And one thing else that you will need, so we're doing all our cutting all at once, aren't we, is a piece of scrap of green. And if you fold that in half, and keep an eye on when you're cutting, we're going to make leaves. So leaves are pointed, rounded, pointed. Pointed, and then we go around and pointed. So there's two leaves. We'll do another set. You can cut out as many leaves as you want. I think I put 5 on that craft I did. Here's another 2, pointed and rounded. So you can see what I cut out here. Here's another area I can use right here. So pointed, rounded, and then back to a point. Point, rounded, back to a point. There we go. So now they've got all these little leaves that we're going to glue onto the bamboo. So why don't we get to gluing our little panda bat together? Let's get his ears on first. So put some glue along the bottom. Put some glue along the bottom of his ear. And then we'll put those right on the edges of where it curves. His little ears are like that. And then press them down. Why don't we get his eyes on? We'll glue the little white parts on first onto the slanty black ovals we did. So we got a white circle we glued to the black oval, a white circle we glued to the black oval. Whoop. It's trying to move. And then we will glue our black ovals on. Here's our black oval. We will put some glue on the back of that. Put it out here. Put some glue on the back of the other oval so we get his eyes ready. Okay, then pat him down and pat those ears down. Let's get his nose on. All right, here's his little nose. He can hear us. He can sniff. Okay, we've got 2 black paws. These are the paws he's going to use to hold his bamboo. So we got one all glued. Put glue on the other one that's trying to get away from me. All right, so we'll put his paws on, his right paw and his left paw. And what are we going to do again? Pat them down. Okay, and these are the paws for his little feet. So we'll put glue on the back of one, glue on the back of the other. I guess they're all feet. In this we're looking like we're pretending they're arms. So here's his little feet. See, they kind of put down in the corner and they stick off a little bit because we're going to be cutting that part off. So here's his little paws. He's all kind of curled up here. All right, so everything gets patted down and you can see where it's hanging off here. And that's okay, because we're going to cut that once we're finished gluing everything together. Now this paw here, we want to just lift up just a little, because we're going to put our bamboo piece of bamboo in his arm. So first you want to do is take your marker and make little like lines all the way across, all the way up. Can you see what I'm doing here? So I'm making little lines all the way across, all the way up to the top. So they're almost like what you look like half circles, and you can space them any way you want. We're going to turn it over then, and we're going to put some glue most of the way to the end, but part of it is sticking off. So we'll slide it under that paw that we popped up in the air a little bit. Here we go, and then put some glue under that paw to glue it back down. So look at how far we've got so far. Look at that. And then all our little little leaves that we made. Now we're going to glue them on. So you could just put glue at the bottom of 3 leaves. We'll start with 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3 leaves. So there we go. We got our 3 leaves together here. And then I'll put another 2 down below on the bamboo stick. That pandas love to eat bamboo. It's their only food they eat. They even get their water from bamboo. Look at that. So there we are. And so that will dry there. So what are we still missing? We have to do the center of his eyes and his little smile. And then we can cut off the excess that's on the back. So let's give a little smile here. Line down and a smile. Let me show you what that looked like. Look at his little tiny smile. Isn't that cute? And then let's make those eyes. So we can make black circles inside of the white circles. So a round circle and a round circle. And then you can just color them in any way that you want. You can leave a little bit of white at the bottom if you want. And then here's another circle, black circle we're going to color in, and leave a little white at the bottom. Just a little bit. Or color it all in. Depends on what you want to do. Look at that. Now you remember in the story that he had another little panda friend that came to meet him at the zoo. So you're going to see what we're going to do next. But first we're going to cut off the little bit of excess that is on the back. So you could flip it over and cut that off, that little leg that's hanging off, and cut this off. Perfect. So if you remember the story, Xander gave her a special present to welcome her into the zoo, and it was this bamboo piece, and he had wrapped it with a ribbon. So I'm going to put this little red ribbon that I made already and put it on this bamboo stick just for the welcome to the zoo. Look at that. So now we have 2 pandas in our zoo.